Look at there. Hold on. It's a straightaway. Let me hit it real quick. Sorry about that abrupt intro of me flying down the goddamn street. It's just sometimes when you see a straightaway, something kind of like this one, you just get this real tingly feeling in your body where you just want to just hit the throttle, ram that shit in there, just like that, you know? You just get that feeling. It's crazy. But anyways, being on the topic of me riding really fast and everything like that, a lot of people ask me, or they tell me, you know, that's really dangerous going that fast. You're raising your chances of getting into an accident by like 1,000. You know, all the typical motorcycle mumbo jumbo stuff that people, you know, say. Now, yeah, on occasions, almost every day, I do ride really fast like that, and that's just because I like speed, I like adrenaline, you know? My name is Throttle-Gainz. So, you know, but it wasn't always all peaches and cream or daisy flowers, as you would say. That's probably not even a word, but, you know, when I first started riding, I actually did get in a motorcycle accident. Now, since I've been riding, which is like, what, 4, almost 5 years, I have never been in an accident with another vehicle per se, knock on wood. There's no wood around here, so knock on fucking tank or whatever. But I have got an accident just for me being just stupid, basically. So the first time I got in a motorcycle accident, I think I kind of touched on this before, but luckily we're gonna do it again, was I was on my old bike, which is it was a 2005 Suzuki GS 500. And if you don't know that, you know what that bike is. It's a pretty good starter bike. It's not heavy at all. For a 500, it's pretty durable. I had the S version because they have the S version and an F version. The F version is the one that has the fairings on it, and the S version is, I guess, the quote-unquote the naked model or whatever. Now, for, like I said, for first bike, it was really good because, I mean, with it being naked, it made it really easy to maneuver around. If you had to do basic things like an oil change and shit like that, it was super easy because there was no fairings to take off. You know, everything was just there. So that was a really big plus for me about having that bike. But when I first started riding, I was really uncomfortable with using my rear brake. Sounds weird, but I was just really uncomfortable using my rear brake for some reason. And with that being said, it was one day when me and my friend, and I only had the bike for like a month or so. It was me and my friend. We were racing, and it was once again another straightaway, kind of like this street. Oh fuck! And I was racing him, and we were just going down neck and neck. And then I didn't know the street as well as he did. I didn't know down the street there was a stoplight, and so my friend, he got in front of me, and he ended up stopping at the stoplight. And me, I was fucking just kept going, and I barely saw a stoplight. And for most people that don't know, if you're going really fast on a motorcycle, it's what slows you down the quickest is grabbing your front brake and your rear brake at the same time, but slowly, just kind of ease on both of them at the same time. Don't just jam on both, because then you're gonna fucking do an endo and fly forward. So like I said, I wasn't comfortable using my rear brake yet, and so I was just hitting my front brake, and obviously going, you know, as fast as I was going, front brake's not gonna slow me down that much. And so I noticed I wasn't slowing down in enough time, and it was either I rear end the back of my friend, or I swerve off and I go into fucking traffic and most of them get killed, or I kind of like go up on the side on the curb to try to slow me down and like hit some fucking grass little grass little circle that was over there on the side over there. So I tried to go up on the curb, and so basically I went on the side of my friend, basically my front tire hit the curb, and my bike just went sideways, and I went fucking flying forward. And it didn't hurt. I guess so much adrenaline, that's why I didn't feel anything. But I got right back up, and I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. And then my friend was looking at me like, man, dog, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. Oh, fucking potholes. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. And he was like, damn, man. He was like, look at your arm. I was like, huh? And I looked at my fucking jacket, and at the time, I didn't have a motorcycle jacket. I just had some regular jacket. I fucking just got from H&M. It just looked like a motorcycle jacket, and my whole arm of the jacket was just torn the fuck up. Like, this whole thing was just shredded. It was just shredded, and it was done for. And I was like, what the hell? And then he was like, look at your hand too. I looked at my hand, and okay, this is one thing that if you're gonna squid, which, you know, basically if you're not gonna wear any gear at all, at least just wear gloves. During the time of this accident, I didn't have any gloves on. I don't know why I wasn't wearing gloves. I have no idea why. And so when I looked at my hand, think of the size of a 50-cent piece in the palm of my hand. That much skin was gone. It was just completely just fucking gone. And what the hell? He's cruising. And yeah, that shit was completely gone, because I guess when I fell, my hands hit the ground and it scraped all the skin off the palm of my hand. That shit was disgusting. It was pretty gross. And unfortunately, I had to ride home like that, because the bike, another good reason why this is a good starter, or that was a good starter bike, is because as soon as I picked the bike up, all I had was a scratch on the tank, and that was it. Everything else was good. And so my friend, luckily, had some napkins in his pocket, and I basically, because the hand that got really messed up was this hand that goes on the shifter, and so I put some napkins, put it on the palm of my hand, and just stuck my hand like that. I had to just leave my hand like that. I couldn't move my hand at all. I mean, luckily I wasn't that far away from my house, but still, it was just all fucked up. So with that being said, looking back at it, an easy way that accident could have been avoided is number one thing, never ride outside of your limits. And when I say that, I mean, if you're not used to riding that fast on a motorcycle, don't do it. If you want to just be cool and catch up with your friends and anything like that, don't do it. Trust me, it's gonna end most likely at a bad time, because you're not used to going that fast. You don't know how to maneuver going that fast. You don't know how to brake properly going that fast. You just don't do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna have you end up in a pretty messed up situation. So my advice to people that are starting to ride and their friends are like shooting off from lights and stuff like that, and you want to be cool just like them, don't do it, man. It's honestly, it's not even worth it. It really isn't worth it. And not only that too, but another way it could have been avoided is, another important thing is, know your bike. Be comfortable with every portion of your bike. I mean, be comfortable with braking, be comfortable with taking off from the light, be comfortable with the weight, be comfortable with everything when it comes to your bike. Because at the time when I was doing that, I wasn't comfortable braking. I wasn't comfortable, like, you know, using both brakes. I was just like, oh, you know, I just use the front brake, you know, and that's it. You know, what else do I need the back one for? And like I said, you know, that ended up me, you know, getting in a pretty fucked up situation. If I had stopped on time, if I'd used both brakes, I most likely would have stopped on time. So that's another thing. Be comfortable with the bike you're riding. And that also trickles down into another thing is, don't get a bike that's out of your league. Get something that's in your league. And I'll talk about, you know, bikes that you should get in another video. But as for now, if you don't want to end up messing yourself or your motorcycle up, just like I said, ride within your limits. If it's your first time riding, don't try to go over crazy. Just, you know, take your time and know your bike. That is the most important thing. Know your bike. You got to know your bike. You got to know what your bike is capable of. You have to know what you're capable of. You know, you really, I can't stress it enough. You really got to know what you're doing, okay? Because you know, unfortunately, if someone ends up getting on a bike like this, like a 600, if you know what you're doing, though, this bike, 600 motorcycles aren't as forgiving. They're not forgiving at all, really. I mean, you have a little bit of room for error, but not really, not much. Versus if you have a 250, they're more forgiving, and you know, so-and-so 300 is more forgiving too, because they're less powered bikes, less weights and everything like that. So those ones, yeah, you could still end up getting messed up like I did. I was on a 500 and I still ended up getting messed up. But I mean, if you're on a 600, God forbid you start on a 1000, you're man, there is no forgiveness whatsoever on that motorcycle. So I'm gonna end this video right here at this little stoplight, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is Mr. Throttle-Gainz, and I am motherfucking